Welcome to the global launch of Ghana's Energy Transition and Investment Plan. My name is Anita Erskine, and I am honored to be your moderator for this historic event. During the next hour, I hope to show you how Ghana intends to reshape its energy future to one that's clean, more efficient, provides economic opportunity for everyone, and that ensures communities across the country have access to enough energy to power their ambitions. Before we begin, I want to provide a bit of a background and context as to how we arrived at this moment. This plan is part of a coordinated effort by the government to provide a pathway for the entire country to achieve its energy transition goals. This process has included a 2-year consultation process with local governments and stakeholders, as well as alignment with government's existing global climate commitments. The Energy Transition and Investment Plan we are launching here today is an integral part of Ghana's National Energy Transition Framework, which was launched by President Nana Akufo-Addo at COP27 in November 22. This plan is expected to serve as government's main roadmap for achieving universal energy access and net zero carbon emissions, while at the same time ensuring economic growth and jobs creation. Under the plan, the government of Ghana has set ambitious goals to diversify its energy portfolio, increase the role of renewable and reduce energy intensity. Importantly, the plan details the technical assistance and investment across the key sectors that will be needed for the government to achieve its vision of a greener, more efficient energy future. By mapping out these needs, the plan will serve as the main tool for the government to engage the international community and investors for support. The government of Ghana has developed the plan with technical support from Sustainable Energy for All and with a host of international partners who you will hear from today. To kick things off, we have a short video clip that explains what the Energy Transition and Investment Plan is in more detail.
Ghana, like many countries in Africa, is vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. To turn the tide and take urgent climate action while ensuring green growth and energy security, Ghana has developed its Energy Transition and Investment Plan. The plan is data-driven and provides Ghana a pathway to build climate resilience and transition to a low-carbon growth underpinned by renewables, electrification, and energy efficiency. The Ghana Energy Transition and Investment Plan is ambitious. It builds on Ghana's energy transition framework of net zero carbon emissions by 2070 and raises its ambition to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2060. Ghana's 2060 net zero ambitions under the plan will result in numerous benefits such as securing new investments. To achieve its net zero ambition, Ghana needs $550 billion in capital investments till 2060. Capitalizing on new growth sectors in the global green technology market to become a clean energy hub in Africa by creating new domestic industries in solar PV, electric vehicles, lithium-ion batteries, and clean cookstoves. Gaining greater energy independence and security through an estimated 90% reduction in domestic oil and gas demand by 2060. Creating 400,000 net additional jobs. Achieving greater environmental sustainability by avoiding 2 gigatons of CO2 emissions over the next 40 years. The Energy Transition and Investment Plan has been produced in collaboration with many stakeholders and partners. The government has consulted with civil society groups, youth, the private sector, donors, multilateral development partners, and many others. And to ensure the plan is owned by the people, it is also guided by a whole-of-government approach through an interministerial committee comprised of multiple ministries across the government. The Energy Transition and Investment Plan is an important milestone for Ghana, showing that climate action is not just an imperative, but it can also be an opportunity to grow and develop a future that benefits everyone. Ghana is ready for net zero future and clean energy investments. We urge you to join us in our journey for a more sustainable energy future for all.
Now that we understand better what the Energy Transition and Investment Plan is, I would like to now welcome some young, great people who are perhaps the most important stakeholders of all, because they are the ones who will be inheriting everything we're talking about today. So let's now hear what the youth have to say. Our first speaker is part of the C for All STEM trainee program, a program that provides job shadowing and skills based training to young women in the energy sector.
My name is Evelyn Balarimesiba, a trainee with the STEM Technical Training Program with SC for All. This program focuses on training the youth, especially women, to equip them with skills and knowledge necessary to pursue careers in the sustainable energy sector. What the Energy Transition Investment Plan means to me as a youth, a woman, and a STEM advocate is the Energy Transition Investment Plan focuses on strategic investment in critical areas such as solar panels, electric vehicles, and batteries. And this will in turn create more job opportunities, especially for the youth. It's not only about that, but it's about being a part of a transformative journey that would usher Ghana to a greener, more sustainable future.
In this next segment, we will bring in the important government representatives who are shepherding this entire process. I have the pleasure to introduce our first Government of Ghana representative who will help explain the government's vision and how they hope to achieve it.
The Energy Transition and Investment Plan for Ghana is designed to be a whole of government and a whole of country approach, ensuring that it is created with inputs from various stakeholders and adopted by the entire nation. The plan recognizes the need to balance the imperative of reaching net zero emissions with the goal of rapid economic development and a just transition. The Energy Transition Committee, as established, plays a crucial role in providing inputs, insights, and guidance throughout the process. It helps align the interests and priorities of different government entities, ensuring that the plan reflects collective vision and objectives of the entire government. These aspirations of the plan are aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals 7 and 13, which focuses on ensuring access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern clean energy for all, and taking urgent action to combat climate change and impact. By setting a net zero emissions target and aligning with the international investors' expectations, Ghana's vision and aspirations out of the ETIP demonstrate its commitment to sustainable development, climate action, and a transition to a low-carbon future.
Now that we have a better understanding of what the plan is and its importance to Ghana's future development, let's now focus on the specifics of what the plan hopes to achieve. Our next speaker will help us understand how the plan will positively impact on Ghana's net zero climate ambitions. I now have the pleasure to introduce Honorable Dr. Kweku Ifriye, the Minister for Environment. Honorable, the floor is yours.
Ghana has set an ambitious goal that will not only change our energy landscape, but also offer hope for our planet's future. Ghana has pledged to cut greenhouse gas emissions in the energy sector by half by 2030. This vision is deeply intertwined with our broader national commitment outlined in the updated Ghana National Determined Contributions. Our target of achieving net zero emissions by 2060 aligns seamlessly with the goals set forth in our NDCs. And as we strive to meet the net zero target, we will concurrently fulfill the 47 climate measures contained in our NDCs. The Energy Transition Plan serves as a strategic bridge between our ambitions, ensuring a significant reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, whilst maintaining a dependable and affordable energy supply for our nation. The path to achieving net zero emissions is not just an environmental goal, it is also a catalyst for transformative developmental progress. Our energy transition plan is not solely about mitigating climate change, it is also about harnessing the opportunities it brings. And through this transition, we will create a new economic opportunities, stimulate job creation, and foster the growth of emerging sectors. And this aligns perfectly with our broader national developmental objectives, setting the stage for a more prosperous and sustainable future for Ghana. In this journey towards net zero, we are unwavering in our commitment to inclusivity and social progress. The Energy Transition Plan is designed with a dedicated focus on addressing social issues, including gender equality and inclusivity. And as we implement the plan, we will prioritize initiatives that empower women and the marginalized. In closing, let me reiterate that our vision for a sustainable energy future is both aspirational and optimistic. We firmly believe that a sustainable energy future can coexist with affluence and equity. Together, we will turn this vision into a reality, securing a brighter and more sustainable future for Ghana and our planet.
Throughout the world, energy is among the largest emitters of greenhouse gas. And within the energy sector, transportation is one of the largest contributors to GHG emissions. Our next guest will explain how the ETIP will help reduce emissions in the transportation sector. Honorable Hassan Tampuli, the Deputy Minister of Transport, you are welcome.
Key to our emission reduction strategy is the imperative of electrification. We envision a future where electric vehicles play a pivotal role. Our efforts will be concentrated on several fronts, and this involves enhancing new efficiency in vehicle standards and actively promoting the usage of public transport. Concretely, our goal is to dramatically shift the market for new cars and 2- or 3-wheeler vehicles towards electric options in order to achieve an impressive compound annual growth rate of around 30%. Now, as older vehicles reach the end of their life cycle, they will be replaced with electric counterparts. For freight, trucks, and buses, we intend to improve efficiency standards for new vehicles and instigate a transition towards electric and hydrogen-powered options. Aviation and shipping come with distinct challenges as well, but they are not exempt from our vision. Critical minerals, often referred to as green minerals, hold immense potential in driving emission reduction. And as part of our plan, we are not only acknowledging the importance of these minerals, but also actively harnessing our own resources. The country has discovered significant deposits of minerals such as lithium and graphite. By leveraging these resources, we can tap into new revenue streams, create job opportunities, and establish a strong foothold in the emerging green economy. The ultimate goal is to significantly reduce emissions within the transportation sector by embracing electric and hydrogen technologies. The envisioned transformation encompasses a shift in the entire vehicular fleet to these sustainable alternatives. By increasing the share of electric technologies, we believe we can play a decisive role in attaining the net zero targets of creating a more sustainable and environmentally conscious future for our nation. Our energy transition investment plan lays the groundwork for a strong collaboration between the public and private sectors. This collaboration is about investing in our collective future, not just the money. It's about combining the capabilities and experiences of both sectors in order to effect constructive change.
The ETIP also focuses on another important challenge, ensuring that everyone across the country has access to enough electricity to power their daily lives. As of 2021, 86% of the population had access to electricity, leaving an estimated 4 million people without access. An important and related challenge is to transition the millions of women still cooking with polluting fuels to cleaner and healthier cooking options, which can save, of course, thousands of lives annually. Our next guest is a globally recognized advocate of clean cooking. I have the honor of introducing Her Excellency Samira Baumia, Ghana's Second Lady. Excellency, the floor is yours.
A significant portion of the world's population still rely on traditional cooking methods, such as open fires and rudimentary stoves that burn solid fuels. This reliance on polluting cooking methods has far-reaching consequences for our environment, health, and well-being. The environmental impact is substantial. The combustion of solid fuels releases harmful emissions into the atmosphere, contributing to air pollution and climate change. It also results in deforestation as the demand for wood and charcoal continues to rise. These environmental issues are interconnected and they intensify vulnerabilities of our communities, particularly those in rural areas. The health implications are also dire. The indoor air pollution generated by these traditional cooking methods is a silent killer. Furthermore, the time and labor expended on collecting firewood or other fuels can significantly limit the economic opportunities and educational attainment of women and girls in our society. We have a unique chance to accelerate the adoption of modern clean cooking technologies such as improved cook stoves and renewable energy-powered cooking solutions. The Energy Transition and Investment Plan provides avenues for mobilizing financial resources and attracting investment to support this transition. Let me emphasize that clean cooking is not just an environmental or health issue, it is a human rights issue. It is a matter of justice and equity that we provide our citizens with access to clean, safe, and sustainable cooking solutions. As Second Lady of Ghana and a global champion for the Clean Cooking Alliance, I am committed to working tirelessly alongside our government and international partners to address this challenge head-on.
Let us now turn to one of the most critical pieces of the plan, financing. According to a joint report published in 2022 by the International Renewable Energy Agency and the African Development Bank, of the 2.8 trillion US dollars invested in renewable energy globally between 2000 and 2020, only 2% went to Africa. Our next guest will speak to how Ghana plans to bridge this financing gap and what is necessary to realize the ETIP. Minister, the floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of Ghana, and esteemed partners from around the world, I am here before you today with immense pride and optimism as we embark on a transformative journey toward a sustainable and prosperous future for our beloved nation. It is with great pleasure that I announce our unwavering commitment to the Energy Transition and Investment Plan, which will shape the destiny of our nation in the years to come. In 2020, the Ghanaian government made a promise. That promise became a reality in 2022 at COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt, where President Nana Akufo-Addo unveiled our National Energy Transition Framework. This isn't just a document, it is a promise to every Ghanaian, guiding our shift toward a resilient and low-carbon energy future. The creation of this framework wasn't spontaneous. It's the culmination of months of consultation steered by the Energy Transition Committee. It stands as a testament to our dedication to an inclusive and fair energy transition. Today, as part of this initiative, we introduce the Energy Transition and Investment Plan. More than just a plan, it's our blueprint. It outlines our route to achieving net zero climate objectives while propelling our nation's growth. Our mission is straightforward: diversify energy, champion renewables, and enhance efficiency. Such goals demand a unified front. The Energy Transition and Investment Plan is detailed, laying out precise requirements for technical aid and investments. It's our compass as we navigate towards a brighter future for Ghana. Consider the ripple effect of our efforts. Ghana's successful energy transition serves as a beacon for neighboring nations. Our strides forward send a resonant message to West Africa. By setting the benchmark, we inspire the nations, signaling a brighter future powered by renewables and sustainable practices. Ghana's current energy mix is about 3,388 megawatts of thermal power, hydro capacity of 1643 megawatts, and 112 megawatts of renewables. It is time to accelerate an aggressive push for a 10 gigawatt regional renewable project for the region to attain our net zero vision. This will be a critical JET-P project working with World Bank, DFC, private sector, and development partners. The importance of collective endeavor cannot be stressed enough. We are all in this together. Our commitment to green energy isn't just an environmental pledge. For investors, it's an unmatched opportunity. Here's a blueprint for our net zero journey. By 2060, we aim for net zero CO2 emissions made possible by our focus on renewables and electrification. This isn't just about the environment, it's a catalyst for broad-based economic growth. Realizing our net zero vision means increasing investment by 40%. This approach unveils an investment potential of $24 billion in the coming decade, with a significantly larger potential in the years to follow. As we shift towards a greener economy, we are unlocking doors to innovation, growth, and job opportunities. Sectors like renewable energy, clean technology, and green infrastructure are set to thrive, promising lucrative investment returns for all. In conclusion, I have unwavering faith in our collective strength. Together, we can position Ghana as a lighthouse of sustainability. Let's craft a future where prosperity and environmental care coexist seamlessly. I urge every Ghanaian, our global allies, and partners to unite in this historic endeavor. Let's illuminate a prosperous and green future for Ghana, ensuring that we uplift every individual. I call upon all our citizens, our partners, and the global community to stand beside us as we embark on this transformative journey. Together, let us build a brighter, more sustainable future for Ghana.
To implement such a robust plan will require everyone to be at the table. Our next guests represent the stakeholders from sectors that are expected to play a significant role in the ETIP. Our first guests represent the private sector, and specifically those who will help to unlock financing and support companies to participate in the new green economy envisioned under the ETIP. I'm pleased to introduce Nanaya Akori, the Head of Partnerships and Sustainability at Fidelity Bank, and Rukayatu Sanusi, the Executive Director of the Ghana Climate Innovation Center.
We commend SE4All and the Government of Ghana for developing the Ghana Energy Transition and Investment Plan. This visionary approach to achieving national net zero targets driven by renewables and energy efficiency presents a significant investment opportunity for Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited. Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited applauds this remarkable plan and is positioned to support the transition to a carbon-neutral society. As the largest privately owned bank in Ghana, Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited's commitment is translated through our key sustainability pillars. And these pillars are sustainable finance, sustainable operations, and corporate social responsibility. Through these pillars, we are committed to creating a sustainable future for all Ghanaians by supporting inclusive economic growth, reducing our environmental footprint, maintaining high standards of governance and ethics, and engaging with our stakeholders to build trust and foster long-term partnerships. In our commitments to Ghana's energy transition, we pledge to invest in sustainable products for our customers. Fidelity Bank is not merely supporting Ghana's energy transition, we are leading by example, and this can be seen in our collaboration with Energy Commission to scale up our green portfolio. We are particularly keen to invest in energy technologies, transportation, and job creation initiatives. For us, we see climate finance as being integral to this plan. Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited is excited by the range of benefits which can result from this plan, including opportunities for investment, new growth sectors, social benefits relating to upskilling the youth to fully participate in the green economy. Let us unite and work together to create a sustainable future for all Ghanaians. Together, we believe we can realize the harmonious balance between economic growth, environmental responsibility, and social well-being. Thank you.
My name is Ruka Sanusi, and I'm the Executive Director of the Ghana Climate Innovation Center. At the Ghana Climate Innovation Center, we have the privilege and the responsibility of being Ghana's only national business incubator and accelerator for climate smart, climate responsive entrepreneurs and their enterprises. Through a range of support services and with an additional gender lens, the Ghana Climate Innovation Center supports Ghana's leading climate entrepreneurs with financial grants, business advisory services, as well as climate responsive technology and product development services to enable them to grow their climate businesses. We develop and grow endogenous solutions for climate change through supporting green, profitable, and sustainable businesses. Our work is generously funded by the Global Affairs Canada. At GCIC, we are excited about Ghana's energy transition and investment plan, the Government of Ghana's roadmap for achieving universal energy access and net zero carbon emissions. 2 out of 5 of the sectors of focus at the Ghana Climate Innovation Center are directly related to the plan. That is, the energy efficiency as well as the solar power sector. We continue to see a range of endogenous solutions in the use and development of renewable energy and solar power across Ghana, within and amongst the businesses that successfully enter the Ghana Climate Innovation Center's accelerator. Some of these include the scaling of businesses to support the wider adaptation of e-vehicles in Ghana, waste-to-energy solutions in the production of clean fuel for vehicles and clean fuel for industrial purposes. Indeed, a GCIC alumnus is also working with C4All under the Renewable Energy Manufacturing Initiative to drive investment and mobilize action to scale up Ghana's renewable energy manufacturing capabilities for improved energy efficiency, security, and economic growth. The private sector in Ghana is dynamic and filled with innovators. Our next guests reflect what is possible in the new green economy. I have the pleasure to introduce Valerie Labi, the co-founder and CEO of Wahoo, an e-mobility bike company, and Oheneba Ofori Boateng, the CEO of Strategic Power Solutions.
Hi, my name is Valerie Labi, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Wahoo Mobility, based right here in Accra. Over the next few years, every aspect of our nation, Ghana, our continent of Africa, and the world's entire fabric would be adversely affected by changes in our climate. And these changes are predominantly driven by our over-reliance on fossil fuels to provide energy to our rapidly growing towns and cities. It is now more than ever not just even important, but a necessary imperative that we act on our commitment to transition to net zero. In Africa specifically, more than 10% of our carbon emissions comes from the transport sector. I strongly believe that the next frontier to which Africa will leapfrog the world in technology adoption will be in the mobility sector. Like we saw with the adoption of mobile phones, and then with the adoption of mobile money, in the next 10 years, every vehicle on the continent will change. And this change will be one of a movement away from fuel guzzling combustion engines to solar-charged electric vehicles. And here at Wahoo Mobility, not only have we positioned ourselves for this transition, but we are at the forefront of climate-smart innovation in Africa. We have a vision to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable fleets, and we're doing this in two ways. Firstly, we locally design and manufacture electric vehicles here in Ghana, and then we ensure that electric vehicle riders and drivers are connected through our digital platform to delivery jobs, financial services, maintenance and charging infrastructure, supporting Africa's youth to stay productive and go green. I'm excited by this opportunity that a new industry in Africa, such as the electric vehicles, presents, and it's a lever to transform our economic situation to one of prosperity by creating jobs for the African youth, a positive climate for investment, and offset hundreds of thousands of tons of carbon emission each year. Net zero is our only way to a better future, not just for Africa, but for the world.
We at Strategic Security Systems have been in the renewable space for over 15 years. Shaglu Power Solutions has been producing solar panels in Ghana, in Pong, for the past 6 years. There's certainly not a better time than now to be in the industry of renewable energy and, for that matter, for energy. By 2030, we hope for the energy to be a mix where there's solar, there's wind, there's hydro, and access to energy is given at a very cost-effective price.
Thank you to all the companies in Ghana who are innovating and paving the way for others to follow. That was truly inspiring. Our next guest represents the vibrant civil society in Ghana and another important stakeholder group under the ETIP. I now have the pleasure of introducing Portia Idumensa, the director of Dream Hunt Ghana.
My name is Portia Idumensa, the founder of Dream Hunt and the national coordinator for 350 Ghana Reducing Our Carbon. As an advocate, I'm passionate about the grassroots, and I believe that it's important that our women at the grassroots are being educated on renewable energy and how they can shift from the use of bobo and to clean cooking methods. We also help them in the shift to using renewable energy products like the solar bulbs and help them to build simple solar bulbs that can help them in their work. We go into schools, helping them to understand the environmental issues and how it affects them. In doing this, I help them as a career pathline to be able to understand what to know and how they can link it to their day-to-day activities and be part of the transition we are all looking out for. Women are most vulnerable to climate change, and they must be able to understand what it means, and their capacity must be built in this shift.
This last group of speakers have inspired and challenged us to not accept the status quo. And this is really what the ETIP is championing, a bold and ambitious vision for a future that is greener and more prosperous. Now, I would like us to pause briefly and hear from the most important stakeholder group. The largest beneficiary of the ETIP is the Ghanaians themselves. We interviewed a few people in different communities to bring you a glimpse of what Ghanaians think about the plan and their hopes for how it can help create even more opportunities.
I have heard about the Energy Transition and Investment Plan, which I would say is very timely. Looking at the effects of climate change globally, the Energy Transition and Investment Plan has come to transition us in using more efficient and eco-friendly equipment and tools to help heal the planet. The Energy Transition and Investment Plan is also going to present the nation with job opportunities to manufacturers who are into making electric cars and also solar panels.
I think it's a great initiative, and every day as the world is currently progressing from the use of fossil fuels and other fuel-based products into more sustainable technology, it's going to help us go green and also improve upon our sustainability as a country, and also is going to create this economic boom, as it's going to create more employment avenues for us as a country and as citizens.
I'm an EV driver with solar taxi. I've been driving an electric vehicle for the past 2 years now. And trust me, it's one of the best cars to ever drive because we are tired with our mechanics that were so kind for prices here and there. Trust me, I can drive an EV at any time of the day and I'm not scared I'll get stuck anywhere in this country. Once you have enough battery, you are good to go.
We know that achieving the ETIP will only be possible with the help of many partners. Let us start our important partners in Ghana. I would like to yield the floor to Charles Abani, the United Nations resident coordinator in Ghana.
Globally, we all recognize the triple planetary crisis that is affecting us of climate change, biodiversity loss, and waste. This is equally true for Ghana, which faces many impacts on land and at sea, as well as the importance of developing a deliberate planned transition to clean energy as part of its strategy for sustainable, self-reliant future. The UN recognizes Ghana's rise as a leader in taking action on this important issue. For example, in closing the gap in access to clean cooking and electrification, becoming a leader in carbon markets on the continent, and acting as an emerging clean energy hub in Africa. We congratulate the President and Government of Ghana for the leadership shown at the launch of the Energy Transition and Investment Plan at the UN General Assembly, where the President raised the ambition for reaching net zero from 2070 to 2060. This ambitious plan will unlock $550 billion worth of investments in Ghana over the life cycle, deliver a 90% reduction in domestic oil and gas consumption by 2060, create 400,000 additional new jobs, and avoid 2 gigatons of carbon emissions by 2060. On behalf of the UN, I acknowledge the work of the Sustainable Energy for All Office, government ministries, notably Energy and MESTI, the local UN country team, and all the stakeholders who have made this possible. And I pledge the UN Development System's support to tirelessly work to bring this vision to reality.
As a leader in the United Nations, our next guest has traveled the world championing the global development agenda with climate among the biggest priorities. I would now like to invite the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, the Honorable Amina J. Mohammed.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to join you today to celebrate this milestone moment for Ghana on its path to achieving sustainable energy goals by 2030 and net zero emissions by 2060. Ghana's net zero 2060 pathway creates investment opportunities generated from the energy transition that would benefit all sectors and industries in the country, with forward-looking digital infrastructure, immediate impacts on energy efficiency, energy affordability, and so much more. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the government of Ghana is showing us what is possible with political will, along with public and private stakeholder collaboration. This enabling environment has been pivotal for investors to contribute to the realization of Ghana's vision of a net zero and prosperous energy future for all. In his acceleration agenda, the Secretary General emphasizes that transition plans provide a roadmap for a managed, orderly process that guarantees affordability, access, and energy security. I would like to applaud Ghana and its partners for providing this energy transition plan. Scaling up actions for climate and development involves both significant expansion in the scope of activities, including energy transition, and the availability of sustainable long-term and low-cost financing. I encourage all countries to create their own energy transition plans and also urge investors and funders to provide the necessary financing to accelerate these transition plans. We must all do our part to achieve the just and equitable energy future that the world deserves. Together, we can advance our shared vision and build a world of prosperity, dignity, and opportunity for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Amina Mohammed, for your remarks. This brings us to the end of our program and the final remarks from our special guest of honor, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, who will deliver his remarks and officially launch Ghana's Energy Transition Plan.
I'm here today to present to you Ghana's Energy Transition and Investment Plan, a historic step toward a more sustainable and prosperous future for my country. This rigorously constructed plan represents our consistent commitment to addressing climate change, supporting economic growth, and fostering innovation. Ghana is working towards attaining net zero energy by 2060 through implementing renewables, electrification, and energy efficiency. With the Energy Transition and Investment Plan, we're realizing a wide range of public policy goals. Whilst achieving net zero will necessitate 40% more investment, it will only necessitate 3% more spending. Transitioning to renewable energy sources and modernizing our infrastructure will open up a plethora of investment opportunities. This strategy is expected to generate some $24 billion, United States dollars, in investment opportunities over the next decade, and hundreds of billions of United States dollars in the long term. The plan is not just about a brighter, cleaner future for Ghana. It is also a huge opportunity for the private sector, both domestically and internationally. We welcome entrepreneurs, investors, and business leaders to join us on this noble quest. We can harness the enormous potential of Ghana's green economy together, creating jobs and driving economic progress whilst protecting our planet. I express deep gratitude to all of our partners who have helped shape this ambitious goal. Your trust and support have been critical in getting us to this point. We value the vital contributions of our local communities and residents who have welcomed change and sustainability. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed, and your collaboration is our most valuable asset. Today, I'm making a strong appeal to investors, financiers, and benefactors all over the world. Join us in this movement of energy transition. The time to act is now, because there could not be a time more critical than now. Let us keep in mind that we're not just setting a path for Ghana's energy future. We're also paving the route for a greener, better world. We can lead the charge in combating climate change, stimulating innovation, and ensuring a more affluent future for our beloved country if we work together. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Congratulations on the launch of this historic energy transition and investment plan. I hope our viewers have also been inspired by your words and those of our guests. The energy transition is no longer a vision, but with Ghana's launch today, it is now a reality for millions of Ghanaians. Before we close, the government welcomes everyone to join them on this journey. You can begin by learning more about the Energy Transition and Investment Plan at the website on your screen. Thank you for joining us today. And I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. My name is Anita Erskine.